a little bit early. And one opportunity you have when you show up early is to interact with the other club members. We also have parties once in a while, a summer party, a winter party, and Hay's been talking about an incline party for all those people that like to hike the incline or would like to just experience it. Make a good impression when you come to Toastmasters. Arrive prepared. And if you can't be prepared, arrive early and ask for some help. For example, if you haven't run the video camera before, and I know Werner doesn't run it.
Thank you, Alex.
Arrive early and get some help so that you're all set and ready to go when the meeting starts. Offer assistance, and that goes for anybody, even if you're new, but especially if you're really new, other people can offer assistance. You know, I had that role for my first time last week as a grammarian, word of the day. This is something that Michael could offer assistance to the next person that fills this role for the first time. Volunteering. There's a lot of ways to volunteer in this club, and it's more than just volunteering for a role. It could be volunteering to help out with a summer party as a party chair. It could be volunteering to help out with a contest as a contest chair, or with some of the roles in the contest as a vote counter, timer, a judge, or a participant in the contest. So there's lots of ways that you can volunteer in this organization. And many of these will help you along the way towards your Competent Leader Award, which I hope everybody has their manual here today and has passed it off so somebody can evaluate them. Supporting. We're all here for support, to support each other. And that's especially true with the speeches. We want to have a learning environment. We want to have it supporting so that you can come away with some ideas for your next speech, how to improve your next speech. We don't want anybody to be discouraged. We want it to be a very supportive, warm, positive learning environment. First impressions count. Greet guests. We do have a guest greeter. We think that's a pretty important role. And as our guest greeter mentioned, he greeted everybody here, not just the guests that didn't show up. But when we do have guests here, the guests will feel a lot more welcome if they're welcomed by everybody in the room. So don't make it just the guest greeter's role or the officer's role. Everybody can step up and greet the guests as they arrive. Engage them in conversation. Ask them why they're interested in Toastmasters and tell them a little bit about Toastmasters. Answer some questions. I know that we all started Toastmasters someday in the past, and we all had some questions. So, and especially if you're a newer member, you might have had some recent questions about Toastmasters, and you can share your answers with guests as they come in. And you may be able to connect as a newer member with those same kind of questions. Befriend them. I didn't put this slide together, so I'm not sure exactly what that means, but if you're communicating with them, making them feel warm and welcome, giving them a big hug, you are, in fact, befriending them. Invite them to another meeting or to join. We've made it a policy for guests to come as many times as they want. We don't say, well, you have to come, after you come 3 or 4 times, then you got to join and become a member. We welcome guests. They can come as often as they like. Of course, we would like them to join at some point. And as you're talking with the guest, you can let them know that there are benefits to being a club member. You can do speeches at any club, any Toastmaster club in the world. And there are about 20 different clubs in Colorado Springs. Kay and I have been to a couple of them. And there's always opportunities to do speeches. I've done speeches in other clubs, Billings, Montana, Salt Lake City, Utah. Show members that you care. Be a mentor. And that doesn't mean that it has to be a formal mentorship. Everybody can be a mentor to everybody else, because everybody has different experiences and everybody has some constructive, positive, inputs they can help their fellow members with. Show interest in others. And I've talked about how you can ask guests why they're interested in Toastmasters. You can also ask, share something personal about yourself and perhaps interact that way. What do you think, Barry? This seems like a real dry presentation. We need a little bit of laughter. How about a different? Thank you, Barry.
I'm glad I could help. Where's
Be
my hug?
considerate. As always, when people are up here presenting, we want it to be a positive experience for everybody. So be considerate, and especially as you're doing evaluations, be considerate, be constructive, be helpful. Don't be overly critical. Evaluate effectively. I'm sure everybody's had a chance to look at Hayes' wonderful evaluation presentation. It came out of one of the series as well. Be positive, offer some room for improvements, and then finish up with what a great job they did with a specific item in the speech. Recognize achievements, and that's something we try to do as we induct new members, and we offer, we recognize people that have completed their 5th communication, a competent communicator speech, and also when they've completed 10 of them. Foster camaraderie. We all feel like we're one big happy family here. Keep your club thriving. Now I'm running out of time, but what I wanted to do was have a couple suggestions for how we can improve this club. And I passed out a sheet of paper that gives you some ideas. So I am out of time, and I'm going to let you come back with to either Hay or I later.